Welcome to Mad Sports. Let's get started.
Got a lot to talk about today. Let's get started.
It was another crappy week of football. Same as
What was that? Oh, that was what you. Oh,
No,
Oops.
I just remember opening up the episode last week and saying it was a crappy week of football to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems like the same teams that lost last week lost this week.
Yeah, the playoff picture is not clear.
not at all.
Well,
No,
who's making it to the playoffs is clear.
no,
Who's
Yes.
making it far in the playoffs
Who's
is,
winning?
To
No,
me,
it's
it
not.
is. To me, it is.
guys.
Like, who's making it to the playoffs is pretty clear
Yeah,
to me.
How do you figure it's clear?
Because it's pretty clear to me.
You know, there's still like 7 games. Like any of the teams that are clear to you could lose out, and any team could win
Okay,
out.
I know.
The
I'm just
Jets aren't even out of the playoff picture yet.
saying. Like,
Lions are.
Well, yeah.
I mean, let's start with the Lions and the Steelers. The tie. That, I mean, I've heard a lot about the game and about
it was so bad to
people's
watch.
opinions on the tie and the fact
ties
that-
are stupid.
I
I think
know,
they should just
Hear me
let
out.
them play
Hear me
it
out. Hear me out. We've talked about it. I think we talked about it.
Ties?
Yeah. No, we've never
No.
talked about it. Okay.
Nope.
This is another shout out.
Hang on. Diego, you got to be careful. Your thing's
This is another shout out. Me and Ryan were talking about this at work. I propose to the NFL a new tiebreaker rule.
Roger Goodell.
Okay. So the reason that they do ties, I'm assuming, is because they don't want to extend games to the point where more players can get hurt, right? It kind of seems
Sure.
like that's why.
Yeah.
So here's the fix for it. 10-minute quarter, just like they do now. If it still ended in a tie, it's a kicker battle. Put the kickers out there. Start at the 35. Move back 5 yards every time you make one. And then whoever misses first loses.
Or, in all honesty, do kind of what? Who is it? Is it the
You're
NCAA
talking
that
about
does it?
soccer.
Yeah, do a shootout. Yeah, just
make
but it's
all
a field
players,
goal,
just
though.
Just choose 5 players.
But
who are your
here's the
best
thing, though. Here's what I'm
kickers.
saying, though.
Get your
Here's what I'm
quarterback
saying.
out there to
There's
kick.
3 different ways you can do it. You can do it with defenses. You can do it without any defenses, just a holder and a kicker.
You just have to move back, are you saying?
You just move back when you make one, and the other person makes one. You move back 5 yards. You start at the 35, and you move back 5 yards each time until one of them is out of range and misses. Okay, so you can do it with defenses blocking. You can do it without, or you just put the kicker out there with that little holder tool that they have on the football, and they kick until one of them misses it. Then nobody's getting hurt, and no one ends in a
Could still
tie.
get hit,
The reason. But the reason why you can't do what the NCAA is doing with the 2-point conversions,
I don't like
alternating,
it, but that would be better than
but
a
you're
tie.
still putting them
I
into,
know.
Yeah, it would be better in a tie. But a kicker kickoff would be better than a tie.
Let's do free throws.
But for real, just put the kickers
No,
out
here's
there
what
and
you
let
gotta
them
do.
go.
No, here's what you gotta
I
do.
think it's stupid.
Put your
but
You're
You're
back-
stupid,
hang on.
Ryan.
Here's what you gotta
You're
do.
stupid,
Put your
Diego.
backup quarterback in or your third string, and have a throw off. Move back each time so that if anybody's getting hurt, it's your backup.
Or here's what it is.
Dude.
It's a practice drill. You put one offensive, one defensive lineman, a linebacker, and a running back. Pound it in.
Or you just do quarterback, wide receiver, and corner.
No, here's
And
what
let
you
'em
do.
go at it, and
You
if you
put
can
both
catch
your
and go-
quarterbacks on the field, one playing defense, one playing offense. You start them at the 10-yard line, and they got to run it in, and the other quarterback has to stop them.
Oklahoma drill. No, just have them lay on their backs, get up, hit each other.
Boom! There you go. But really, like something that's realistic is like a kickoff. Like you just put your kickers out there, and they alternate until one misses. Then you're not putting
mean,
anybody at
Something.
risk.
I don't like
Yeah.
ties either.
But I mean, the Steelers should never have gotten to that point. Because I watched parts of the game. I was watching NFL Red Zone. It's just like the Steelers are not
They're not
okay.
good. No, they're not good.
On paper. They have a really good team. They have a good core defense or a good wide receiving core, and they have a good
Ish.
defense.
Ish.
But like they're
A
not
subpar wide receiver core.
I'd say
really.
But that's the
good.
thing. Like, I think that's what's interesting to me. Like, any commentary and analysis of a team, like everybody can say on paper, they well, that's changing because now you can say, well, they didn't do anything on that team. So
Yeah.
you know,
But-
when they go to other teams, can you say that they're I don't know.
But good on the Lions for not losing all their games.
I thought
They
were
held
out
on
with
to
it.
one. They held on.
Their freaking tight end just dropped the ball. Just
T.J. Hawkinson.
oh man, what a brute! Literally, they I've heard so many people say it, but it literally looked like neither one of those teams wanted to win.
Dude, there was
And then Najee Harris comes out and says that he
I think
didn't
Ben
even.
Roethlisberger just needs to retire right now. Don't even wait till the end of the season.
Can I
He's
just
done.
say-
he doesn't
play.
want to.
Can I just
He
say
didn't
there
play.
were a couple.
He doesn't want to play. That's what I'm saying.
It was
But
a hard
but
week for a
Najee
couple-
Harris came out and said he didn't even know that the NFL could end in a tie.
Yeah,
They got done and he was like, "All right, we got another drive," and they were like, "No, it's over." And he was like,
I saw
"What?"
that. It was a tough week for some tight ends. Because Higbee had some bad drops.
Well,
Hokinson-
I don't want to talk about that
Hawkinson-
yet. I don't want to talk about the Rams.
And
yet.
Gesicki, he was targeted a ton and did not catch a single ball.
No,
So one thing I want to talk about is your boy Cam Newton
My
not
boy,
looking bad.
not looking terrible.
No,
And
he
I mean,
didn't
it
look
was
bad.
two. It was what? And that's the thing. I
you
never
guys
said
are
he was.
all.
But we'll see next
Come
week because
on,
he's supposed to be
guys.
the starter.
Come
No, but
on.
okay, are you saying that he looked bad in the 4 plays that he played?
I'm not saying he
'Cause-
looked good or bad.
well,
he played 4 plays. He,
He
threw
scored
4
twice.
passes.
He scored twice.
But he looked
So
But here's the thing,
good.
because he had an interview today, or he did something today, and he's like, and they said, how much of the playbook did you know? And he said, enough to score twice. Like that's all he knew. So it's not like he had a bunch of time and they only played him 4 times.
good.
No, he
Like,
played 4. He threw for 8 yards.
if
he
a
had one
game
touchdown.
lasted 4 drives, he played good.
He looked okay for his first game
You
back.
guys,
But we will. No,
He
I'm not.
played okay.
We will see
he
how
had
it goes next
23
week.
total yards.
Okay,
Like
we're not saying
He
he's now
played
the new MVP.
I don't know.
We'll see
I mean,
next
yeah,
week.
we'll
He'll
see.
be the starter
Yeah, I
next
think
week.
what you're doing right now is why I hate everybody in Patrick Mahomes. Like, stop hyping. He
No,
played 4 plays.
But I
I'm
think-
not saying that he's like this. He's
Here's the
like
thing.
The next
They were
Tom
also
Brady.
look what the
I'm
Cardinals
saying that
did though. Look
in
what the Cardinals
4
did.
Plays, he
Put him
looked
against any good team that played
I
their
think
the
Cam
4
Newton
good.
gives
plays
them their
they
best
played,
chance
he
of
looked
winning.
Good.
I think Cam Newton gives them their best chance of winning.
In the 4 plays, I'm not saying he's anything spectacular
Relax.
yet. No,
Relax.
This is how
Such
you
a
were about
hater.
the Browns earlier this
Such a
year. This is
hater.
exactly how you were about the
I'm
Browns.
not
Worse
even-
than him about the Browns.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm like he's my
The
favorite.
Browns were
quarterback.
playing
He's the
good
same-
when I was
get
saying
that,
that.
but you
I'm
were
not even
saying
saying
they were
he's
going
the
to the
same year to
Super
the
Bowl, that they were the
You
second
guys-
best team in the NFL.
Sam Darnold. I said Sam Darnold looked good at the
Guys,
beginning of the
all
year.
I'm saying is give it a sec.
That's what we were telling you,
You
about the
said,
Browns.
"Boy,
and like, what
Cam Newton
happened?
looked
We
good."
told you about that
He
about the
played
Browns
4
and give it a
plays.
second.
Zach, if you're counting 4 plays, Zach Wilson has looked great
Oh, my-
because he's had 4 plays that
He
have been
only
incredible.
had 4 plays. He didn't have a whole game. I'm saying.
Diego,
Let me
Diego,
ask
can
you-
I
let
a
me-
question.
hang
Are
on,
you
let-
saying that he is the new MVP of the league?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
No, we're just saying he looked decent for his first game back.
Listen
For his
though,
first 4 plays back.
hang on though, but listen to what I'm saying, guys. Listen
being
to
out
what
for
I'm
half
saying.
The season.
In any
whole
position,
season.
any
No, he got
quarterback who got
cut.
put. Listen,
He's been out this whole season.
He's been out for the half the season.
any
He only-
quarterback that have been put into that situation probably done the same thing. You guys,
Okay, that's
but
fine.
you guys,
That-
he
hang
threw
on.
for. He had
Time out.
28,
Time out.
like 24
Time out,
total.
calm down.
You
Because-
hang on.
Time out, time
He had
out.
23. They put him
Hang on,
in
Diego,
for
hang on,
like.
Diego.
Yeah,
They gave
because,
it.
like
I
he
got
started.
it.
He was
Hang on.
he was put in on like the
Hang on.
20-yard line. What do you expect
Hang on,
him to
Diego.
do?
Hang on. Time
Exactly,
out. Time out.
that's my
And
Hang on,
point.
scored a
Miguel.
touchdown.
Miguel, you're right. Any quarterback put in his position would have looked just as good. But he was in the position, so we're saying he looked
We're
good.
saying he didn't look bad. We're saying that he.
Any
we're saying-
quarterback, fine. But yeah,
looked
he was the one in that
good, like-
position, so he looked decent for.
I'm not. I'm
for-
just
for
not
the
gonna say he
chances
looked
that
good or looked bad.
But did he look bad?
I'm not gonna say he
Did
looked
look
good
bad?
or looked
No,
bad.
I-
I'm not gonna answer it because I'm not gonna say he looked good or bad.
Did he Did he look okay?
I'm not gonna say
Oh
he
my
looked
God.
anything.
Okay,
Guys, for the full season, he's given us 4 plays.
Oh my.
That's
This
we
is the
get-
beginning of his season.
We completely understand.
Okay, so
that.
all that I can go off of is what I've seen last plus these 4 plays, and
Correct.
he's subpar.
No, all you can go off of is what you've seen
no.
these 4 plays.
Forget about preseason. That's all. That's what you saw last.
You
Forget about
guys, if he would have given me one drive, starting at the 25-yard line and scored, I would have said he looked good.
He didn't know the plays.
But he
they-
did-
I would
literally
say if
started
he
at
gave
the
you
10-yard
one
line.
drive, no.
He couldn't
If
be
you gave
in
me
the-
one drive, I'd be like, I can't say if he looked good or not. He had 4 plays.
It's just
and
like
he looked
Odell.
good.
He couldn't be
4
in the
plays.
game
Half
well
of
because
the
he
plays
didn't
that he
know.
was in, he scored a touchdown.
It's just like Odell because he didn't know how
All
to
he has
play.
to
He
do-
couldn't be in the
Guys.
game all the time.
In In 4 downs,
Miguel,
he scored 2
Hang
touchdowns.
on. Are you expecting Odell to
In
look
4
better
downs,
when he
people-
knows the playbook and actually can be in the game and in a hurry-up offense?
Yes.
Okay, it's the same thing with Cam. He when he was in, he looked good. When Odell was in, not great because he didn't know the offense. But Cam Newton,
He looked good.
he looked good.
I'm not gonna say he did or didn't. I'm
4
not saying
plays,
he didn't look good. I'm not saying
2
he did.
touchdowns.
Okay.
Odell had multiple plays, 2 catches for 18 yards. Like you just
Yeah, I'm not
Are
gonna
the
say
Cardinals
Odell looked
dead?
good.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
they didn't look great, obviously. But
yeah, they still didn't have Kyler
4
or
plays.
DeAndre. I'm not saying
Golly.
we're not saying he was the best player in the league yesterday.
The way you guys just hyped that up though was as if
No,
that's
I
what
didn't hype it up. I
all
said he
Diego-
looked good.
This is how it started.
You
Diego
said-
said, Cam Newton.
we
he
gotta
looked
talk
good.
about my boy
No,
Cam
no, I said
Newton. He
said
looked
your
good.
boy-
I said your boy Cam Newton looked good.
Because-
No, that's not how you said
Yes,
it.
that's exactly.
No, it's
You-
not.
do you
You
know
got
why
your
he's
All right,
saying it?
rewind
bro.
the tapes.
Do you know why he's saying it even? Do you remember?
Because you were saying that he still should be a starting quarterback.
Correct.
That's
I-
it. That's the only
I
reason
was
we're
just
saying
All right,
it.
what I
validating his
do know-
point a little bit.
Okay.
Hold
so
on, we're-
hang on
hold
though,
on, no, no, no.
because
Should be
there
the
was
starter
one
right
play
now.
that
The
there was
tapes
a
how
I said
there
it.
was a long play
We're
that he
rewinding
threw
the
right.
tapes to see
I
how
don't
I
know.
said it. Hold on.
He still can't throw the ball.
There
Like he
was-
still
It
can't
was
throw the
only
ball
4
deep.
plays, we gotta see.
Oh,
my hell.
really? So
Okay,
I say
hold on.
something negative. I say something negative about what he did in one of the plays, and it's he only had 4 plays.
on. I
But the
need
positivity, and I say, hang on. But the positivity, and I say it's only been 4 plays, and you're going, "Ugh." But I say one thing negative, and you're like, it's only been 4 plays. Give him a chance.
I need
All I'm
silence.
saying, I'm not saying that he did bad. I'm not saying that he did good. I'm just saying
I'm
he
about
scored
to-
2 touchdowns. He was put in a position where he should have scored 2 touchdowns, and it is what it is.
Okay, listen to me.
Did he look overpowering in those
I'm
4
going-
plays?
listen to
No.
I'm going to right here, right now, repeat it exactly how I said it, and then I'm going to rewind the tapes and have it cut and have it back to back exactly how I said it. You're going to see that I said it the exact same way. Your boy Cam Newton, he looked good. Boy, Cam Newton,
My
not
boy?
looking bad. How are we spending 10 minutes talking about 4 plays?
Because you
You're
guys blew it
stupid.
way out of
No!
proportion.
You did.
No,
By saying
no.
that we did.
No. What?
Yeah, you blew it out of proportion by saying we blew it out of
You guys
proportion.
are dumb. You guys are really dumb
So
if you're going to
stupid.
take that and be
Are
like, he played
Buccaneers, are
good.
the Buccaneers dead?
No, what?
I'm just kidding.
You're going so
Are-
out of
are the-
order.
are the
I thought
Rams
we were
dead?
going top to bottom of the week. I thought the top to bottom.
No, I'm just going. I
You're
am
just jumping okay.
okay. So
He's-
Cardinals, Panthers, Cardinals. They're we have to get Kyler Murray back. We have to see what's going on.
They're
Well,
bad. They're
But
dangerous
here's
with
the
Kyler
issue
Murray.
with
I
it.
just have to
Here's
say
the
it.
issue with it. Every time the Cardinals lose, the Rams decide to suck it up.
Yeah.
I
I don't want
know,
to talk. I'm not
it-
ready to talk about the Rams yet. I'm really not.
All right,
Let's talk about Tampa.
Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Again, are they dead?
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
No.
They're not dead. But we'll get to that. When we do.
Tom Brady is
It's
finally
'cause-
looking human. Like, he's finally getting to that stage where he's still an above-average quarterback, but he's starting to look human. No, I'm not saying it's going to continue.
He's still an above average quarterback. Like the last 2 games mean that like he had 2 off games in his entire career. And we're gonna start
When
now.
was
We're
the-
gonna
I
start
want you to
defining
remember
it.
that. I want you to remember that when you talk about the Rams.
Hang
Okay.
on. But when
I want
was
you
the
to remember
last
when we're
time
talking
you
about
remember
What?
Tom
What-
Brady
what
having
did I
2
say
off
wrong?
games like
No.
that?
Well, because I know you're gonna say that Matt Stafford is pissing you off, so I
Hey,
want you to
hang
remember
on.
what you
Okay,
just said
okay,
about
okay.
Tom
Question is,
Brady.
when was the last time
and
you
apply
remember
it
Tom
to
Brady
Matt
having
Stafford.
2 bad games like
It's
I'm
okay
not-
though. It's
I
okay.
know. I'm not saying he's a
Now
terrible
people are gonna
quarterback.
start telling us that he's not even in. He's not
No,
even the GOAT anymore.
I
that Patrick
didn't even
Mahomes
say
just
that.
overdid it.
Did I say that, Diego?
No, I didn't say
Because he
you
won one
did.
game, 'cause he
Yeah,
destroyed
you did
one
one
team.
team.
No, I'm
and
just saying, like,
I know you didn't say
team-
that. I'm just saying. I really like
team- because Bruce Arians came out and blamed the defense in his interview.
Well, the defense sucks right now.
I know.
Sucks. The Buccaneers shouldn't have given up. Like they should have won with
You're
19
right.
points.
But
in reality,
Actually, can I say this before we keep going? Props to Washington for going for it. I think it was like 4th and 3, with like a minute left in the 4th quarter. And if they don't get it, Tom Brady has a minute to go down the field and win the game. But they scored a touch because they could have gone for the field goal and went up by 6, or go for it and maybe not score. So props to
the
them.
Bucks are fine. They just need to figure out their defense. But they still lost 2 in a row. But based off of everything that I've seen from the Bucks, I'd still pick them over anybody else in the league right now.
See, here's the thing. Nobody's going to
I thought you were-
understand that
I thought you were being
because
serious,
they
though.
didn't watch last week's episode.
It's a secret hidden episode that maybe one day will be released when we have thousands and thousands of hundreds of thousands of viewers.
But here's the thing. I stand by what I said last week.
I don't give a shit.
No, I got to say this. I stand by what I said last week, and I was proven wrong. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
I was wrong.
Let's see here.
We just knew you were wrong already.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
I just didn't know. I
Are
was
the
wrong.
Ravens dead?
No.
But
But it's hard-
that was a rough game to
It's
watch.
hard because, like, with how much they rely on Lamar to get them out of the holes they dig, it's not going to keep working. And it showed in this game.
that puts Lamar very likely to get injured with the way that he runs and the way that he
And
plays.
not that, it also puts
If you rely too
Lamar.
much on him, he's going to get hurt.
It also puts Lamar. It makes him look bad because he's making these mistakes, but in reality, they're relying on him only to win the game.
Yeah.
And so, they need to figure out a better way to win games where they're not coming back in the fourth quarter because it didn't work this game.
Facts.
And John Harbaugh came out and said it's on me. They weren't prepared. They got ran over, all over, by the Dolphins, and I'm glad that he kind of came out and said it's on him because it is. Their scheme wasn't good. Well, Russell Wilson is pissing me off. He sucks right now.
I hate all of you. I hate all of you.
Why?
The dude
I've
just
been
got
sick-
back from having a broken
I know, but
finger.
before that, he wasn't doing very good.
Still.
That's all I'm saying. Can I?
You guys are so quick to crucify,
Yeah,
guys.
he was struggling before he went out
Dang.
with an injury. It's not like he was doing amazing and then came back. He was struggling before.
What are you saying, you guys?
Are
You guys
the
are too
Seahawks
quick to
good right
praise
now,
him.
Miguel?
No.
Who am I crucifying?
Okay. Is Russell
No
Wilson
one.
playing good right now?
So what are you saying, you guys?
He didn't play that bad of a game.
So what are you saying, you guys? But I agree with him.
He was 20 for 40, 2 interceptions.
20 for
161 yards.
It was a bad game, but
Yes.
like
That's all I'm
Again,
saying.
What did you? What is it that you said?
161
No.
yards.
What is it that you said about
He
him?
sucked. He sucks right now.
Yeah, he sucks right now.
That's all. I'm not saying.
20
you
for
guys just give him
40?
a chance. He
Dude.
just came back from a finger
Okay.
injury.
I am. What's up with you and defending people?
I have no idea, but you guys are just like,
It's not like we're saying
pissing
he's the
me
worst
off
quarterback
today,
in
like-
the league.
oh my gosh.
We're just saying he sucks right now, and the Seahawks suck right now.
Living up to the mad sports talk.
fucking chance.
My gosh, we did.
Well, we're not giving Cam Newton a chance.
Miguel, they're 3-6.
We are giving him a chance to show us more than 4
You
plays.
can't even admit that he was played good. for
Okay.
4 plays.
Yeah.
20
So
for
what's
40?
Russell Wilson's excuse? He had how
20
many
for 40?
plays this game?
So if that's what we're going, then Aaron Rodgers sucked too, because he threw 23 for 37 with
292 yards?
292 yards, 0 touchdowns.
Based on 161 yards with 3 more passes and less attempts. Like you're acting like
Did
But
they
my
lose?
No, but you guys are just, I
the
don't even
stats
know.
aren't even. Diego, 20
Listen.
for 40, 23 for 37, less attempts, and more completions.
Apparently there was a bunch of issues with
More
the-
than 100
the
yards.
referees. I don't know. I heard something about it, but I don't even have anything.
Stop
Like,
defending
you
people
guys just
so
need
quickly.
to calm it down. Like, you guys,
Oh my
you
gosh.
guys are like
You're
Tom Brady. He had 200 yards. He sucks. He's the worst quarterback in the league.
Who said that?
Hey, that's how he was acting.
No,
Oh
I
my
said,
gosh.
that's how I said. That's how you were acting.
that's not how I was acting.
Yes, he finally looks human.
I said this is the first time he actually looks human.
No, the first time he actually looked human was in his combine. Okay.
But yeah, Tom Brady is one of the most human people there is. when it
Yeah.
comes to athleticism.
Yeah.
Okay, Patriots. Browns suck.
Ooh.
You got to defend them now?
Or the Patriots. Hey, I think the Patriots are sleeping. We're
The
sleeping.
Patriots are sleepers for
Yeah.
sure.
They were.
The
I think
Browns
they're
don't
starting to-
suck.
I mean, I think from the get go, I think we really. I mean, from
Why
week
do the
2 or 3
Browns suck?
from week
Because
2
they
or
lost
3
to a good Patriots
from week
team.
2 or 3, we
just
all
lose.
said that.
What was the score?
It was 45-7.
Guess they need
Do you
that
know what
OBJ.
the crap that the Browns have been dealing with this season so far?
Oh,
Like they gotta have a.
They gotta have a chance to get over it. Oh my!
No, I'm saying they have to be able to. They haven't been a cohesive team all season.
and
because
they got
they've
rid
had
of the
people
person
getting-
that isn't
They've
making
had
a
people
cohesive
hurt.
team.
They've had people getting. Their running
guess
backs
what?
have both been
They
hurt.
played
Like
their worst game.
you guys, that's fine, but their running backs have both been hurt and not on the team. Their receivers just aren't like.
I think we all agreed like week 2 or 3 that Mac Jones would end up being the best quarterback of the 5.
Yeah.
And he's showing it right now. But
I think more so than the Browns sucking, the Patriots are just good.
I
No,
agree,
yeah,
but
correct.
I don't think the Browns are good right now.
Okay. The Cowboys look good after a loss last week.
They did.
yeah, they're one of the only ones to recover, and they recovered nicely.
I mean, against a semi. I mean, a less than 500 team
Against
right
a
now.
sad Atlanta team, because Atlanta's only wins are the Giants, the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Saints. Which the Saints are the best win, but
Ezekiel Elliott had a completion.
no, but Dallas did look good.
They did.
I just don't. I don't. Here's the thing. It's hard because I know they're gonna make the playoffs. There's no way they're not gonna make the playoffs, right? Because they're in the NFC least. Okay. But they look.
Did you see him say that and then try not to smile or laugh about what he just said?
They look good right
Clown,
now,
dude.
but I just
What a freaking
don't see
payaso,
them doing
bro.
anything in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's how we feel about a lot of teams. And that's the sucky thing about seeing teams lose right now, because I think they will recover and do fine in the playoffs. But they're just sucking, ass right now.
The Bills were back to their usual self against the Jets. Let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about the Jets.
Okay.
What do they do? What do they do?
Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
So here's my question:
What do they do?
is because I think Zach
Mike
is supposed
White-
to be back either this week or the week
yeah, he
after.
could play this week. Mike White,
Is Joe Flacco not on the team?
he did. He went 3 for 3.
Oh,
for
Joe Flacco
47
played?
yards. Yeah,
I don't know.
and a touchdown.
I don't know. I don't know what you do. Maybe.
You go back to Zach Wilson.
Well, yeah, you do. But I'm saying if he starts struggling again, what do you do then?
You ride it out.
I
Get him the experience.
I see. I would completely agree with that if he didn't just have a small knee injury. That could get worse because their offensive line isn't good. Just like
Their
Joe,
offensive line is fine.
but
I'm pretty sure that I heard a statistic that the offensive line is like one of the top offensive lines right now.
maybe. But
I think-
like, you look at what happened to Joe Burrow last year. He tore his ACL. I obviously you ride it out with Zach Wilson as long as you can, but I fear injury worse than failure. You know what I mean? I don't care if he does bad this season. I just care if he gets hurt and cannot play the next season. Because with Joe Burrow is at the beginning of the season, but with this one, if he gets injured now, it's going to go into next season. But they there's a lot of things they need. Their defense still, I mean, they played Buffalo, but their defense is still not playing terrible.
I mean, they gave up 366 passing yards
Yeah, and I mean,
in 21 attempts or 21 completions.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do, and it'll be interesting to see how Zach
Look,
bounces
let me
back.
tell you something though. Let me show you. You're talking about the Jets' offensive line. They gave up 1 sack, just 1, for 2 yards.
This last game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're all. It
I know,
didn't
but
seem
in the
like
beginning
it was.
of the season, we were talking about how bad they were,
I
and how
know,
they
but
weren't
they've
protecting.
they've added people and improved.
So maybe that's what they needed, but I just
Yeah, I don't know. I do not know.
I don't,
Chargers lost. That was frustrating. The Eagles.
There's a lot of
It's all
teams
right.
that were on an uphill climb that just went downhill
Yeah.
quick.
The Chiefs. Talk about the Chiefs and the Raiders. Raiders looked like absolute garbage.
Yeah,
They are a team
Let
that
me
is
tell you-
frazzled.
Let me tell you what pisses
for
me
good
off.
reason. Like I see why.
They need John Gruden.
Well, he's suing.
I know. They need John Gruden.
They need Henry Ruggs. Just kidding.
Well, they do,
It's
but they're
not-
not
yeah,
gonna get
they
him
do.
for
They're
good
not.
reason.
Yeah, obviously. And I was talking to Chase about this today, and this goes across the league. I feel like quarterbacks right now, almost every single one of them is trying to play hero ball for their team.
Yep.
And it's been so frustrating because we've seen such an overexertion of like their ability and like their effort is almost like it's too much.
Even for teams that don't, the only team that needs hero ball from their quarterback is the Ravens right now because of how they're set up.
Yeah, and the Chiefs, and we saw that Patrick Mahomes played good.
The Lions need it. They're not going to get it.
No, yeah, but like there's here's what I'm saying is a lot of these teams where the quarterbacks are like seems like they're trying to do way too much. They have a lot of weapons that they can just calm down a little bit, right? Derek Carr not so much. He has a good receiver or two, a good tight end, arguably one of the best in the league right now.
Top 5 for sure.
So it's just I don't know. Deshaun Jackson, I mean, dumb play that he made. I don't know if you watched it. But did you watch it at all?
I think I heard about it.
I heard about it, and I was about to watch the video, but
He
then
caught
I didn't.
it. Oh, he caught it.
I just saw it
coming
was
across the field.
The article said he fumbled it in the most Deshaun Jackson way possible.
For real. He caught it coming across the field. Guy was coming this way to meet him, basically, and stopped and tried to, turned this way. And then it just was an ugly play. Instead of just running and getting tackled or whatever, he tried to do too much. Just got it punched out. Looked horrible. So I just feel like the Raiders have so much potential to be good. They are just they should be a lot worse than they are, I think, right now. Like they should be a lot worse than they are.
I will say they should be a lot better than they are, but they also should be a lot worse than they're looking.
But quarterbacks need to just calm down. Calm down. Derek Carr needs to just
But you're right. That
relax
does go
a little bit.
That does go across the league.
Across the board.
And a perfect example of somebody who's not playing hero ball is Jimmy Garoppolo. He's staying in his lane.
So I'm ready.
You know what I mean?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay. Jimmy Garoppolo looked phenomenal. Here's the thing. Here's to the quarterbacks. When Matthew Stafford is checking the ball down to a running back, he's chucking the ball. Jimmy Garoppolo standing there and he just gives a little flick of the wrist to the guy. Just blip right there. We're good. But we saw it in the game. Okay. Let's start from the beginning. Worst player on the field in the Rams game was Matt Stafford. Worst player on the field. Okay. Now, he didn't have help because freaking Higbee dropped one.
No. He handed
No.
the
Listen.
interception.
He dropped a lot of passes. Yeah. One right in his pocket, and then he just literally handed the ball off to the defense to run it into the end zone. Okay. But
there were
right before that, he threw the ball. He's missing bad.
I honestly, thinking about it, he should have had 4 interceptions.
Yes,
at least.
Dude, the dude is missing bad, and I feel like there's been a lot of pressure on him. You know, I feel like he just needs to take a step back. They lost Woods. That's a huge loss. They got Odell. He can fill in that spot. They still have Reynolds. They still have Jefferson, I think.
Yeah.
And they still have Kupp. So take a second, relax. Offensive line needs to start blocking a little bit more, okay? But he looks so frantic in the pocket, and it's so hard to watch. Just calm down. Let the receivers do what they need to do.
We don't need Jared
have a little bit of touch. Give a little bit of tender touch to the football, and just put the ball where it needs to be. You don't need to make the hard pass every time where you have to throw it hard enough that it'll thread the needle because the defenders are running, and you know what I mean? Just calm down.
Yeah.
The Rams season is not over. Okay? They're going to make adjustments, hopefully, but calm. Put in a freaking lawyer. Put him back in for a game or two.
Who?
The backup court. I don't know. The guy that was a lawyer.
Wilford?
Yeah, Wilford.
The hard thing is, so I agree with everything you said. including he had no help because even Cup was dropping.
Yeah,
Little
it was
screen passes, right?
uncharacteristic of the Rams
Um,
to lose the game the way they did.
Going back to, I mean, because the beginning of the game looked exactly like the beginning of the game of the Titans.
The beginning
where-
of this game has looked like the beginning of every game that the Rams have played this year.
No, not.
They've just been.
It was
we
identical
talk about
to
it
the
though.
Titans.
I know, no,
An
I know.
interception
Yeah, yeah.
and then a pick six right after.
Right.
Like, but going back to what I was saying about quarterbacks in their role, obviously Matthew Stafford's role is a lot bigger than Garoppolo's. But the 49ers handed the ball off 40 times. Kyle Shanahan, before the game, told the announcers that he wanted to hand the ball off 40 times, and he did it. It was no secret.
They ran all over
It
the
was no
Rams.
secret what they were going to do. And Jimmy Garoppolo put the ball where he needed to, when he needed to. He had a pass on 4th and what? What was it? 4th and 5 to Debo when he scored a 30-yard touchdown.
Probably.
Everybody gives Jimmy Garoppolo crap, or some people, not everybody, for not being a good quarterback. He just does what he needs to do to win games.
The running game for the Rams really missing Cam Akers.
Yeah.
But-
really missing Cam Akers.
And the running defense is not there.
No.
Like, the linebackers were not doing anything. The front line, other than Aaron Donald, they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
And another
kind of.
question that somebody brought up today I was watching. Why was Ramsey not on Debo more? He only played against him a couple times. In my mind,
I think they
you
were not
take-
playing a lot of man. I think that's why.
but you take your best corner and match him up against the best wide receiver. They did that. Richard Sherman always was on the best
Not
wide receiver.
if you're playing a zone.
Okay, but if zone's not working, you had to get out of it sometime. And it wasn't working last night. Like,
Well,
Sean McVay
that's
was
not
just
true.
not
That's
switching
not
up.
true because the bulk of what they were doing on offense was the run game. If they would have stopped the run game, it would have been a different game.
but that's my point. Is if the zone's not stopping the run game, then
But
do
the
something.
zone has nothing to do with the run game, and the line was where the biggest issue was.
I know, but my point is, if you go man, and I don't know,
They only ran for 156 yards.
who
It's a lot, but
the
the
Niners.
Niners, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but it was just effective running.
Yeah.
It
every
wasn't. It
run
wasn't a
was
lot
like-
of yards, but it was effective.
Yeah.
And that's honest. I mean,
Through 19 passes,
yeah. And how many did he complete?
15,
And how many yards did he have?
182.
That's not a bad stat line for a quarterback who is. I mean, I hear people say this all the time. There are so many layers before you get to Jimmy Garoppolo of why they can win games, and that's fine. You got the defense, you got the run game, you got Deebo Samuel, you got Kittle, and then you got Jimmy Garoppolo. But he understands that that's how it's going to be, and he doesn't need to be the vocal point of the offense. That's what a lot of quarterbacks. I think that's what Baker needs to do. I think that's what Derek Carr needs to do. Not necessarily like step down their role, just figure out what their role is. Because the Browns' offense is run heavy. So Baker needs to stop trying to play hero ball. Derek Carr needs to stop trying to play hero ball. All these quarterbacks who are doing it that are struggling, figure something
The
else
Rams
out.
right now are really one-dimensional on offense. Like,
Yeah.
because of their run game being as ineffective as it has been, it's not hard to defend them. Just cover your receiver.
Well, here's
And for some reason, I was like, there were so many times last night where Matt Stafford could have thrown the ball to Henderson because there was not a person on him, and he just didn't. He just didn't do it. And I was just like I said, I feel like the Rams want to be this deep threat team right now, and they need to get away from it for a second. Like, get back to just like the underneath plays, the cross the middle plays, the short flat plays, whatever. Get away from the long stuff.
I feel like they play their best when they do no huddle.
Yeah, and they were talking about that a
They
lot.
couldn't
and they
because
couldn't because of Odell. If
had to
Odell was in the
figure out.
game, they couldn't go no huddle. So
Well,
you're right, but like I said, their tempo was off.
yeah.
They're off right now. They just need to, like I said, they
Going-
need to get back to the short game. They need to throw some. They need to get Matt Stafford in a rhythm. They need to have him complete a couple passes in a row, underneath, and then they're gonna think underneath, and then Cooper Kupp's gonna make a breakaway play,
Yeah.
and he's gonna have,
Or
he's
Odell,
gonna run.
or Odell.
Exactly. Speaking of, really quickly, Odell gets off the line so fast. Like his first move, he goes from 0 to 100 so fast.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's
So,
crazy.
Going off your point of them being one-dimensional, this is the stat line that scares me the most about the Rams this game, actually. Cooper Kupp,
yeah.
11 receptions for 122 yards, averaged 11.1 yards, no touchdowns. Deebo Samuel, 5 receptions for 97 yards, so a little over 20 yards less, averaged 19.4 yards and a touchdown. And Deebo Samuel was playing running back sometimes. They handed the ball out to him for a touchdown. They are so one-dimensional that, like, it's going to Cooper Kupp. That's always going to be his first look. And by then, if he's not
That
protected
is
well
so
enough,
true. That's so true. Matt Stafford, he's always looking for Kupp,
Which is the
especially
issue.
well in this game, because like I said, Woods
yeah.
wasn't in. And if Odell is in as much as Woods is, I think we might have seen a little bit of a different game. But this game, because Woods was gone, Cooper Kupp was the one receiver that they knew. He has to know the offense. He has to know the offense. The stat line that's scary to me. Team. LA rushing. Team. 10 carries.
for
They handed the ball off
52
10 times in the whole game.
Well, not even handed it off because one of those runs was Stafford for a yard. So take away
10
one of those.
runs.
Take away one
9
of those.
handoffs. 9?
And the longest run was 11 yards.
They have to
well going.
they have to establish a run game.
yeah.
Their offensive line needs to do something. They have to establish a run game, or they're going to continue to be easy to beat.
I'm gonna finish. So
Oh,
the
you're gonna finish.
well, I wasn't. Yeah. The most receptions a player had on the 49ers was 5. Both
Yeah.
Kittle and Debo had those. Then Ayuk had 3, and then 2 other players had 1 reception. On the Rams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
11,
6, 7,
3,
8
3, 2,
8
2, 4,
people
1, 1.
had receptions, and they didn't even have 100 more yards passing than them.
I'm okay with the amount of people that had receptions.
No, I
That's
am
fine.
too. I'm saying they didn't have 100 more yards passing than them, but they had that many more people catching the ball and involved in the game. Because if you look at it, the 49ers had all of 7 people involved in the game all game. The one running back, those receivers, and the quarterback.
Yeah. Also, it was a horrible, horrible fake play they did.
Oh my
the kick with the
gosh.
field goal. It wouldn't have made any difference. It wouldn't have made any difference. Like
But
once I
yes,
thought
it
about it,
would've.
no, it wouldn't have. The reason why it wouldn't have is because if they made the field goal, it still would have been a 2-score game.
That's fine.
So they had to. If they didn't make it versus if they did, they were still down. They still had
But
to
you're
score
taking
twice.
out of account
So
the oh my gosh, I can't think of the word now.
the field goal
No.
momentum.
Momentum and just like having like
Not
scoring
really.
at the end
Like I
of the
said,
half.
I don't. If it was a touchdown or nothing, I would have. That's
But
different.
it's
But
still a terrible
the field
call.
goal, no, it wasn't a terrible call. The reason why I'm saying it wasn't a terrible call is because they would have been down 2 scores anyways.
Okay.
Either
but-
way, even if that field goal went in, they would have been down either way.
But if they only
didn't.
lost by 1 score, it's a terrible call. So it's still a terrible call.
No,
even
because
though
it still would have been 1 score that they lost by.
but they didn't get this. But
If it came down to 3 points or 2 points, then yeah.
I still think it was just not.
If it was a
great call in
touchdown
that
loss,
moment.
it didn't matter. It was a dumb call, but it also, when you watch, like when you look at it, it didn't make a difference.
Their star players are doing what they need to. They need their role
Odell made
players
a nice
They
tackle.
need their role players on defense to do what they need to. And yeah, Odell. And
He laid that guy
how
out.
Because I also I keep on saying this. I try and watch more things than First Take now so that I can get more opinions.
I
heard
don't
a
watch
couple-
anything.
I
This
heard a
is
couple
all me.
people say that the first interception was basically just a punt. Like he was expecting Odell to go farther, and Odell stopped.
Yeah.
And so that can also be attributed to him not knowing exactly
Yeah,
what the plays. So
I think they're okay. I just think they need to tighten some things up, button some things down.
All right, power rankings. You're first. Go from 5 to 1.
Well, no. Yeah. Rams, Bills, Cowboys, Titans, Packers.
Whoa. Rams,
That's it. Go, Diego, go.
Bills,
Yeah, we'll go again.
Cowboys,
I'll do them
Titans,
later.
Packers.
Again, go, Diego.
you're
Okay,
No, go.
so we're all saying them quick, and then we're all giving our explanation.
Yeah, go.
Okay, we're all getting a chance to
Go,
explain.
go.
Okay. Rams, Titans, Cardinals, Packers, Cowboys.
okay.
Wait. Okay, go. I didn't hear any of it, but go.
Exactly.
So
Wait.
Just go.
Rams,
no,
Titans,
no, no,
Cowboys,
hang on.
Packers, Bears. I don't know.
Hang on, because
Say them.
You
my
will
top
explain
5 is
after.
different. No, my top 5 is different from what I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna give you my top 4 teams. Okay. It goes
No, give me your
hang
top
on,
5.
Hang on.
Oh,
Packers
Lordy.
number 1.
We're not doing
Cowboy-
one. Oh
hang
my
on.
lord.
Packers number 1. Cowboys number 2. Titans number 3. Bills number 4.
Okay.
If I were to look for my 5th team, purely not based on any future that I
Okay.
think the team will have,
Okay.
not looking at head-to-head matchups or
Ravens.
anything, it would be the Patriots at 5.
Okay. I struggled with the Patriots
I
for a
was getting
second.
ready to smack you, but
Yeah,
That's
no,
it.
that's for I had the
But-
Patriots 5 and then I changed it up a little bit.
But
So I'm okay with that.
my 5th team is the Rams,
okay.
Okay.
with the Bucks and the Patriots very close 6th.
And
Well,
7.
yeah,
You have the Bucks above the Cardinals still.
I do.
Okay.
I
So
But
so
I-
yeah,
those-
so
we
my
have the same top
my
5.
7, Packers, Titans, Cowboys, Bills, Rams,
uh-huh.
1 to 5.
Oh, okay.
Packers first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Packers,
was your
Cowboys,
one?
Titans, Bills.
Hang on. Cowboys were number 1.
Okay.
I'm okay with that
Yeah,
actually. Okay.
that's-
So
yeah.
yours were Packers,
Uh-huh.
and then my number 2 were the Titans.
Okay.
What were yours?
Packers,
Okay.
Cowboys,
Okay. And then my number 3 were the Cowboys.
Cardinals.
Titans,
Cardinals.
Yes.
Okay. And then
Bills.
Bills number 4, and then
Who
Rams
was
number
yours for?
5.
Titans.
Titans were 4.
Titans, Rams. Okay. And then I had Cardinals
This is
and
the
Patriots
biggest
6 and 7.
shift of Power 5 for
Okay.
us.
Cardinals were 6, Patriots were 7, but I struggled with the Cardinals. And then
Wait,
the Bucks
Cardinals are not in your top 5?
No.
Oh.
And the Bucks
Say your
I
top
struggled
5
with too. I struggled with the Bucks
You-
not being in the top 5 but just being like 6, 7, 8. Like
Yeah.
the 6, 7, 8 was where I was struggling with.
See, like I was
But
saying,
Packers, Titans, Cowboys, Bills, Rams.
so we have the same top 5, just 2 different teams. In
So
a
the
different
ones that are different for you is you don't have the
Bills.
you have the Cardinals
Bills.
in.
Yeah, you don't have the Bills in. You have
So
the Cardinals.
what, like I was saying with mine, I do, because right when the Rams got Odell, my mind changed about I think the Rams would beat the Bucks. Okay, and then the whole thing with Robert Woods happened. I just think
Hang on one
the
second.
Odell was
Hang
the,
on one
the
second, though.
Antonio
No.
Brown piece that they
Hang on
needed.
though. No, but I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Odell signed before our
No.
last episode.
No, he did not. He signed on a Friday.
Oh hell no, he
Hang on.
didn't sign on a Friday.
No, because he was a free agent. That was the first day of free agency. He had just gotten released from
gonna
waivers
look.
the day of our
I'm gonna
episode.
look.
I definitely think he had already signed.
No, he did not.
But let me, while you guys are looking at that, let me tell you why. Because I had a really hard time picking my top team, like extremely hard time, and the Cowboys were a last-minute swap because I actually looked at it. The Packers, the Cardinals, the Cowboys have all had really bad injuries, or Aaron Rodgers not an injury, but he was out for a week, and I think. Let's say that we get to the playoffs and Kyler Murray, Aaron Rodgers, and Dak Prescott are all gone, like dead. I'm just kidding. I think the Cowboys have the best shot as far as depth.
Oh, you know what?
I was looking at depth a little bit more in this power ranking than I was in past ones.
When I'll
'Cause I
see
think
when
the
I text
Cowboys
you
have the
guys.
best shot if they lost people to injuries.
Oh, that's what I can do.
I'm gonna see when I texted you guys.
Did you guys hear any of what I said?
Thursday. He got signed on Thursday.
After the episode? Last
Mhm.
Thursday?
I
get
text
it.
you texted me Odell and I said OBJ to the Rams.
Oh,
We did it on
what?
Tuesday.
I don't think that's right.
Yes, it is.
I think that was a week before.
What? He got picked up last week.
No.
Yeah.
Because it was after their last game, right? So
He got picked up on a Thursday, and Robert Woods tore his ACL the same day.
no.
It might have been Thursday. I don't know.
But like I was saying, that
5 days ago?
yes, that's why he didn't
What?
have that much playbook down.
Jesus.
So that and because that was the hard, like when we were talking about the Bucks and the Rams, it wasn't like I was saying the Bucks would blow them out. So I thought OBJ would be that piece. Watching these games sucked for both teams, but I think based on the struggles they're both having, I think the Rams would beat them. And then, like you said, Patriots were such a hard team not to put in because I
Just
have taken head to head.
Just to let the record show, last week the Rams would have beat the Bucks. Just saying.
I think when they play again, I still think that they will.
Yeah, I'm just saying the Bucks
And-
were not the number one team last week. It's not a
And
close thing.
I think that, well, I actually can't say that I think that. I really am hoping that when they play the Cardinals, they will step up to the plate and we'll see the Rams team that we want to see going into the playoffs. Because that's really close to the end of the season, too. But since you guys didn't hear me, I said that one of the reasons the Cowboys are my number one is because of the depth of their roster. Because Packers, Cardinals, and Cowboys all within the last 3 or so weeks have lost their quarterbacks. And the Cowboys have looked the strongest.
Who did they
without
play
Dak.
It's facts.
without Dak?
That's true.
They played the Vikings, I believe. And yes, they lost to the Broncos, but it was one game, and their only other loss was the Bucks, the first game of the season, which they should have won. So they should only have one loss right now, and it was to the Broncos last week, and I'll give them a pass on that one because again they were one of the only teams to come back and recover tremendously this week, and again. If I'm looking at the playoffs,
Packers did too, but
no, yeah, but like,
But last
From-
week Dak played and lost.
yeah, I know that's what. Yeah,
but also,
So we're
the
talking
Cowboys have been in the top
we're
five
talking
for a
the
long
team
time.
that's
Cowboys.
a team
The
that's
Cowboys have been in
Exactly.
my
We're
top
talking
five
about the
almost the whole
same
season.
Cowboys playing last week versus this
Yeah.
week and then recovering. Last week the Packers were not the Packers. They had Jordan
Correct.
Love playing in it.
Yeah.
So obviously.
And so
If it was
that's what I'm saying.
if it was Aaron
let's say
Rodgers
that
last
Jordan
week.
Love, and who's playing the Cardinals right now? Quarterback.
Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy.
Okay. Let's say
Or
that they're
not
the two
even.
starting
It's a
quarter-
no. They ended up with their third string because Colt McCoy got hurt.
Let's say
But
that
yes.
those two are. I think that their kills their chances.
I
of
still
doing
don't
it.
even think.
And the Cowboys, I don't think that their chances are shot.
I
based
still
on how
don't
they're
even
playing.
think that the Cardinals are.
Yeah, I mean they draw.
I think
again, this is the big for
if
this is
they-
the biggest shuffle of Power 5 for all three of
yeah,
us. So
if they got a number two, a good number two wide receiver, I think my opinion would change a little bit. But I don't. It's hard because they are very one dimensional, but they do that one dimension really well. Like Kyler running, scrambling,
They're
and then
not
getting.
one-dimensional because
Kyler-
their run game is okay.
Yeah, okay, but what do you? I don't know. I just they were. They're probably my.
it was so hard for me to
8.
put the Rams at 5.
It wasn't
I didn't
hard for
want
me.
to. Like
I
didn't
You
know I
wanted to
had
put them at
to.
6.
I
higher.
wanted to put them higher. I wanted to. But
I knew
was
I
like,
had to.
couldn't.